an assignment on Ulwazi. So you go to the course that you're interested in, so you click on the side and you click on the course, and then you go here to assignments. Very similar for setting up a quiz. You click on plus for the assignments. You give it a header, so I'm just going to write you a test. Ideally, you write information in this text box about what you want the students to do. You assign it some points. And then I never really play around with these, but you can. Submission type online. This is if students are uploading. Which in general is what we want. You can put text entry here, and that will actually create a box where students can copy and paste. I just remember during COVID, there were multiple problems here that students put stuff and it disappeared. So I really wouldn't recommend using this. I would recommend sticking here to file uploads. They have to put it in a Word document or save it as a PDF or as a text file and actually upload it. Submission attempts, unlimited. You can obviously limit it. This is the number of times they can re-upload if they've made a mistake. Plagiarism review, if you click here, your two options are none or turn it in CPF. If you choose turn it in, it takes a while to populate. And then you can see here, it says, where do you want to store this submission? So you need to think carefully about this one here. So for example, honours proposals. If we store it, when the students do the final submission of the honours report, it will compare it against that submission, that proposal submission, and cause an increased turn-it-in percentage. So in that case, I would say do not store the submitted paper. So whatever assignment is stored, I don't save it to turn it in. That said, like for Applied Geology 3, if a student writes an essay, I do want to store it because next year I don't want the students using each other's work. So then I would click on Standard Paper Repository. I think that's like worldwide or Institutional Paper Repository would be the Wits repository. I kind of always keep it at standard. It says compare your submissions against, and you can choose here. And I suppose I should say Institutional Repository, just in case last year I by accident put it there. Similarity report. Be sure here to click exclude bibliographic material, exclude quoted material, and exclude small sources. So exclude bibliography is so the reference list won't be included in the percentage. Exclude small sources. I just know Zubair does 1%. So anything that's similar to 1% or less, it doesn't take it into account in the total. A few years back, I remember someone in ICT telling me not to use this, that it actually introduces errors, but Zubair said he's used it and hasn't had any trouble. Show report to students immediately is what I always do. Group assignment, you can group people together. I assume you would have had to go on the left here under people and actually create groups. Peer review. I have used peer review here before. If you click on it, you can see it says manually assign peer reviewers, automatically assign. Automatically, it will group students together. And you can also keep it anonymous. The only problem I had in this case was, say, for example, a student misses the deadline. I've found I can't extend a deadline in an assignment. It never seems to work, but maybe it's been fixed and I haven't tried it. So I have to create a copy. And so the problem then is, like, students who submit under the copy won't be included in this peer review because it's a whole different assignment. The other problem I've had is that when I'm doing grading on Ulwazi, if you do peer review, it doesn't actually let you edit in the document. So I can show you here. Wait. Let me see if I can open something here. Because it might seem not important, but it actually, if you mark on Ulwazi, is quite a bit of admin. Okay, so assignments. It's also an opportunity to show you how to use Speed Grader. So I've gone into an assignment and 19 have submitted. If I click on Speed Grader, I don't have to download the assignments. I can physically here in Ulwazi add text, cross out some of the students' text, add comment bars, point annotation. Somewhere here you can add comments. Not sure where, highlight. None of this is available if you do the peer review. This was as of last year. They might have fixed it, but this was an issue last year. So be careful about whether you choose peer review in that respect. Moderated grading, I haven't really used. Anonymous grading, haven't used. Okay, well, I suppose they can't see who's grading their work, but I'm the only one grading their work. And then assignment, it's for everybody. You might be able to add different groups here. If you do have different groups, you can see here, or I can just add individual students. Due date and until, I always set as the same. Available from is today's date, from now, and until and due date is the due date for the assignment. I think what the difference is, I don't know, I get confused every time. Possibly like due date is when it's due, and then you have to do, if you wanted peer reviewers and you wanted to give them 5 days after the due date to review each other's work, you would then put that extended date here and until. And then you go save and publish. And that's how you set up an assignment.